Hey guys, this is my long-awaited faux loc tutorial. I have been loving this hairstyle. It's absolutely my favorite hairstyle to date, so I wanted to share with you guys because you guys have been asking. So let's just jump into it. I'm starting off with freshly washed and blown out hair. It makes it really easy for me to be able to detangle and comb through and section my hair. It's super healthy now that I've been doing so many protective styles. So I'm gonna go ahead and section off a small section. I don't part perfectly because I like the way it wears while the hair ages. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of moisture to my hair. I'll leave all the products down below and then we can get to braiding. So this is my new favorite braiding hair. I just love this color. It fades from a darker blonde to a lighter blonde at the tips. So I like to use this to braid my hair. I'm taking a small amount of this, and it all depends on how large you want your lock to be. So the more hair you grab, the larger the lock is going to be, but also the heavier it's going to be. So I'm just going to start braiding in the extension hair with my hair the same way you would do a normal box braid. And I'm going to braid all the way down and leave just a little bit of the ends. And this is what I like to kind of work with and curl and style. So I'm just going to leave some of that out and move on to the next one. So you can see straight out of the pack without cutting the hair, it reaches down to my hip bone. And so that's up to your discretion if you want to cut the hair or if you want to keep it long. I like it long. So I'm just going to move right on and section, braid, and section braid. Four hours later, you should have something like this, depending on how fast you braid. But I was actually contemplating whether or not I should continue because I actually just love the hair like this. But we move on. So to wrap the hair, I'm taking more of a textured hair. It keeps everything tight and in place, but I'm also going to do a combination of different types of hair. It helps to add to the dimension and the color. So for this textured hair, I'm taking one large chunk of it. I'm going to secure it at the root by just adding a loose knot. I don't like anything too tight because I don't ever want to rip or pull at my hair. So I'm taking a loose knot right at the base. And then I'm going to start wrapping around about 4 or 5 times right around the base, and that's going to help to secure it. And once I do that, I'm just going to start wrapping the hair right around the braid in this kind of flat wrapping motion. I don't want to twist as I wrap because it's going to start looking like a twist. So make sure that everything is nice and flat. You can start rubbing against the lock so that way it adds some texture, and if the hair is not long enough, you can just add another piece by just doing a simple knot right at the end of the hair, and then by just wrapping around what's left, and then you'll see you'll just end up wrapping around the end and the braid. And then once you get to the end, I like to just secure it with a single knot, a double knot. I don't really think knotting it makes a huge difference. I just think it gives me peace of mind. So you can see here, this is what one finished one looks like. So pretty. And then I'm just gonna repeat all around my head until everything's covered. So I'm securing at the base by just doing one gentle, simple knot. And then I'm going to start wrapping around the base just to make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm going to start wrapping all the way down the braid in a really nice flat motion. And like I said, if you need to add any hair, just add a simple knot to the ends of the hair and then wrap around what's remaining. So this hair here is a lot silkier than the other hair that I was using, but I like that the color is different, so it adds a lot of dimension. The only thing about using a silkier texture like this is that as the hair wears and you're wearing it for weeks at a time, it starts to slide and you can see the braid underneath. There's really not a lot of ways to hide that, especially if it's blonde. So keep that in mind. If you really hate that look and you really don't want that to happen, you can mix a little bit of this silkier hair with the more textured hair, and it'll keep everything nice and tight and in place. I wanted a little bit of fun, aka one pink strand. Okay, so I planned to do this more strategically and kind of have them throughout, but then I was kind of excited about having one pink one, so that way if somebody saw it or like they found it, it was special. Okay, none of this makes sense, but I have one pink strand and I threw that in there, so you can play with color, you could do pretty much whatever you want. I thought it was cute. And then when you're all done, it should look something like this. And I actually really like this, but we gotta style it, you know? We gotta add a little zhuzh, you know? So this is the base. More to come. So we gotta give her a little trim, you know? Clean it up. Make her look nice and clean. And then I'm taking a personal favorite, flexi rods, and I'm gonna just flexi rod the ends, leaving some of the end kind of sticking out straight. And I'm also gonna leave some of the locks loose too without the flexi rod. I'm going with a purple. I'm also taking an orange, which is a tighter curl that it's gonna give me. And yeah, I should have something like this situation here. It creates a little bit more organic looking curls versus uniformity. So I'm taking a really, really hot, steaming hot water. Use caution. If you're under 18, it gets some help. And I'm just dipping my locks into it. It helps set everything into place. It sets the curl into place. Just be very careful that you don't burn yourself. I don't recommend you do this, but you really gotta do this. But I don't recommend you do it, but do it. And just be very careful to wrap it in a nice towel so that you get all the excess water and the steam doesn't burn your scalp. And then I'm gonna take the flexi rods out once my hair has cooled down, and you'll see what I mean about having more of an organic curl. It looks like it's just like a natural curl. If that makes sense? Nothing too perfect. For the scalp, I'm taking a little bit of oil. You can use any of your favorite oil, your favorite combination of oils, and you always just want to make sure that you're keeping your scalp hydrated and moisturized, clean, and massaged. So here is the finished look. It took me about 9 hours to do it, but I feel like it's so worth it. I love this style. I've done it twice now, and I just think it looks so beautiful. It's so unique. And yeah, if you guys try it, tag me in all of your photos. I'd love to see it. And I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!